Ask Practical Doug.
Oh boy. All
Oh
right.
boy.
Oh boy. Here we go. This one caught my eye when I was looking. If you guys don't know, listening to this, there's a tiny practical person inside of Doug called Practical Doug, and Practical Doug helps dictate a lot of what Big Doug does. And
Big
our
Doug.
audience loves to ask Big Doug, Doug, loves to ask Practical Doug questions, kind of like a Dear Abby, but it's Ask Practical Doug. So you can hop on live with us, and you can ask Doug in the chat. You can jump into our Discord and ask us there, any of our social medias. Just hashtag Ask Practical Doug. And today's, I was kind of scrolling through, and I thought this one would be interesting. From Noah, he asks, what is the best way to abbreviate the states? Should we have done 3 letters instead of 2? Should it be a number system? And he gives an example, which is a wonderful example. Missouri is MO. Montana is MT. Should Missouri not be MI and Montana be MO? Michigan is MI. Should that not be MC? What the fuck gives, man?
Yeah, man. This was obviously created in a time where there were 13 colonies that were turned into states. And so they sort of built from there, and then they kept going and kept going and kept going. And I think, in my opinion, it's kind of like what they do with, I think it's airport codes.
Okay.
You know, I think the simplest way to do this, I have no idea. Something.
What was that?
I don't know if that's my dog that has a toy outside my door. That's just like
yeah,
slamming against my door. Super obnoxious, but sorry about that. What are you going to do? I'm like, what? What do you want? Let me in. Let me love you. I think it would make the most sense just to do three letters. Like, I think that would solve most problems. Just add that extra letter in there as opposed to 2. Like, why are we stuck with 2? Now, granted, you make that change, you got to change every online form. You got to change postal things. Like, you got to, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably, we could survive with it right now. We're not picking up any new states, you know.
Right.
But just from a purely practical standpoint, outside of the logistical nightmare would be to change that. I think doing 3 letters would make the most sense. So that way, for all the M's that existed, which, by the way, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M states.
Jesus, is there really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Holy fuck, yeah.
Yeah, which is insane.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 W's, which is kind of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 N's, which aren't too bad, honestly. Those are all pretty straightforward.
Yeah, those make sense.
Yeah, I think everything else is pretty good, but the M's, man.
The M's have it right there. Maine is ME, Maryland MD, Massachusetts MA, which some of them do make sense. Like Massachusetts MA, I that one tracks.
But what about Maine?
Yeah, YME. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maine, me, ME, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of MIs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 MI states. And there's
there's
dog.
5. Oh,
Hi,
it's Maine.
Did
It's
you
not
finally
it.
bust your way in here?
Yeah, I think 3 is the way to go. Would you, instead of that, do you think numbers would be easier than letters?
That's a good point.
It's just 1 through 50.
There you go.
I'm just saying, you know. But then you got to go. Then you got to deal with New York going, yeah, but we're gonna be number 1 because we're the best at everything.
Well, then it's also, imagine doing addresses. You know, my zip code is, it's 60506. You know, like just.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jared, no. We'll put that one in a...
I mean, it fits with what we're doing right now, but the answer is no, it's not. Jared asks, is D&D a sport? No, it's not.
Trying to slip in an extra Ask Practical Doug there.
No.
Also opening up a very sore wound to the podcast. I feel like the codes would be I don't know. I think the hard thing would be to remember what code it goes with. It'd be harder to remember numbers than it would be to remember letters, even though the letters are fucked up on some of them.
Sorry, my dog just busted in my office and is now chomping out a bone. So
I cannot hear that.
okay, good. I think it's picking up on my mic, and if it is, I'm sorry. I'm gonna step
if you
away.
go back and listen to early episodes, you can hear Abby lapping water in the background.
That was the best. I'm gonna go close my door real quick.
Yeah.
Continue.
You go ahead and close the door. I just think I think for me, especially numbers, how are you going to remember a number? You got to memorize 50. I have to know enough things. I have to memorize enough things as is. I'm not going to memorize state numbers. So
right. I mean, you'll know the state that you live in, right?
That's true. Yeah.
But
I think adding one more letter would be the way to go.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense.
Or fuck it. Why are we abbreviating them? Let's just write them out. Have we all gotten that lazy?
Yes.
You got the questions, we got the answers. All you do is ask. Practical, 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 practical. Ask Practical Doug.